Doug. So talk about your new book here. I believe it's called the Drive-In.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited. This kind of came about. I'll say it wasn't planned from what the follow-up from the actor was going to be, but it came about from literally a couple of short stories that I had written a long time ago, and I was looking at wanting to publish a couple to help me promote the actor. But working with my publisher, iUniverse, they had said, "Well, you've written a lot of short stories over the years. Why don't you put a compilation together?" Well, after a year's time and a connecting story, the drive-in literally came out of that, and I couldn't be more pleased. And it was one of those things that kind of worked for me. I'll say a bit cathartic, actually, in the transformation or the change in my world from working in manufacturing and engineering for most of my life
Hmm.
into this writing world. So it's been kind of cool.
So kind of give us some details about what the book is all. I mean, you gave us a pretty good synopsis of how it came together, but tell us like what people can expect reading this.
Well, the drive-in is a collection of short stories that's really about what goes on in the places that one man passes on his way to work, um, and it's really kind of tracking that. He's driven past these places thousands of times over the course of his career, and it really becomes you get to learn as the reader a little bit about what goes on behind these houses. And along the way, you actually find out what makes this particular drive into work unlike any other.
Hmm. So what you mentioned earlier was these were supposed to be just short stories, kind of released on their own, but you've kind of just compiled them all into one book here.
Yeah, it's literally like I was saying. It's what goes on behind the doors and windows of the places that you pass every day. We all do that, and whether we're commuting or we're walking or we're driving into work, we never really know what goes on there.
Hmm.
And like the protagonist in the story, he doesn't either. But in this point, he does. And there's a connecting story about the actual driver who's driving to work, which is I was going to say this particular drive-in for him becomes somewhat a different experience as well.
Um, so I would assume you've probably got a tour coming up to kind of promote this book as well.
Yeah, actually, Tommy, I start February 7th at Newmarket Chapters, and I'll actually have both books, the actor and the drive-in there, and I'll probably continue on for most of the year on the weekends at different signings. It almost comes like throughout Canada. So
Hmm.
last year I spent most of my weekends at a signing somewhere, and likewise I think this will happen with the drive-in as well. It's a pretty exciting time again.
Hmm. And talk about the success of your first book, the actor, and obviously still doing well. And I think the last time we talked to you, there was some talk of maybe bringing it to Hollywood.
Well, I did actually get a chance to go to Los Angeles in September and pitch the book. Not much has come out of that at this point in time, but Hollywood moves very slowly.
Hmm.
And it takes a lot of time. So actually, one of the books that was published by my same publisher, iUniverse, is one called Still Alice, which just came out in a movie and looks like maybe an Academy Award winner as well. And that took almost 8 years to get to the screen,
Wow.
so it's not a fast process.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, no, the actor. I'm still continuing to heavily promote the actor. We're just starting to break things in the states, and an awful lot of different things are kind of going on with that. I'm very active in the Twitter world and the social media world. There's
Hmm.
an awful lot of activity that goes on there.
For sure. And is there still? I think you did mention before there was kind of you had the intentions of doing a sequel to that book, correct?
Well, as we talk right now, I just left the computer. I'm deeply into editing that book, and
Oh.
who knows when that will come out. But I was going to say anticipate this will be about a year away anyway. But yeah, I'm quite excited about where where that's headed as
Yeah.
well. So it's lots of things kind of going on from that standpoint.